It's coffee time. And I was just thinking about something, right? A lot of people, they talk about how they want the world to be. And I feel like it's easy for people to hate on me because, things happen in life. And a lot of people say how the world should be. Nobody wants to accept the world as it is. I do. And I think because I do, it makes others very envious of the innocence that I kept, even though, life is life. Things happen to everybody. We're all going through things that we wish we weren't going through. And we all would love a little bit of appreciation and love. But I feel alone in that aspect because even when I don't feel love, I still give love. When I don't feel happy, I still spread happiness. When I don't feel complete, I still supply aid. It's very easy for me because being without, it helps you to understand and appreciate and value the things that you do have. Like one pair of shoes. A lot of people don't know what it's like to have just one pair of shoes. So they're not gonna appreciate one pair of shoes. They're gonna wear it, throw it down, and then get 1,000 more. And I'm not saying, you shouldn't want 1,000 pair of shoes. I'm just saying, just because you don't have 1,000 pair of shoes doesn't mean that your life is any less than the one that has 1,000 pair of shoes. Just because you don't have the access or the abilities that the other people have in the world, that doesn't make your access any less. It doesn't make your value any less. It doesn't make you any less. It actually gives you more of an opportunity to be appreciative, because you could get 1,000 pair of shoes. You could get 1,000 cars and 1,000 mansions. That's all if you believe that you can. And not just believing it, but also showing the attitude, putting in the work to get the discipline. Like I see a lot of people fell off since January 1st, talking about going to the gym and, getting their body and their health together. I see a lot of people fall off, but I see a few people that still consistently, even if you're not going to the gym and exercising every single day, it's still consistency to where the people that is staying, the health is wealth. Those people they're putting in the effort, they're putting in the discipline, they're putting in the, they're showing the universe that, hey, it's not just a New Year's resolution for me. This is my life, right? And I want to be able to live 20 more years because I'm working out 2 years of my life going forward. I want to be able to live 40 more years because I'm going to the gym and I'm putting stuff inside my body for the next 4 years, right? People say when you change how you eat and you eat right, it adds a couple years on to your life. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. They're lying to you. On one hand, they don't want you to eat healthy. On the other hand, they want you to not give a damn. And they also want you to not care about the longevity of your life. But it doesn't matter if you change the way you eat. It doesn't matter if you change the way you exercise. It matters how you think about yourself, how you see yourself, and how strong is your mind. I tell y'all, The computer is your brain. That's how you imagine life. Before it comes into the world, it comes through your brain. Before it comes through your brain, it comes through your heart. That's how you feel about it. That's how you marinate it. That's how you create the formulas for how things happen. Before it gets to your heart, it goes through your stomach and it comes through your soul, right? That's your solar plexus. That's where you get that gut feeling, right? And for you to get that gut feeling, it has to come from source, right? And that source derives from how you are grounded. What do you know about life and death? What do you know about the all? What do you believe about the all, life and death? What have you been studying before belief? All those things tie in to creating life, right? Just like how a baby is created from the head down, right? Because you see the person physically, right? And then they enter your heart, through your heart, right? And then you get into your solar plexus. And then you start thinking about having a family and having a life with this person. And then all that gut feeling, it just gives you butterflies, and we call it nervousness, and we call it butterflies, or whatever we call it, right? But that is that feeling. When you get those butterflies, that is the dream. When you get those flutters in your heart, that is the feeling. When you get that imagination in your mind, that's the vision. And once you have all of those put together, I mean, life can't stop you. Life can only surround you. Like I said, once you choose light, you're going to be surrounded by darkness. Once you choose darkness, you're going to be surrounded by light. When I was looking on the outside, looking in, watching everybody enjoy life, I was living in darkness, ignoring the light that I lived in, ignoring the light that was me, ignoring the light that is me. And I was also letting others not only put lampshades on the light, but plug in fucking cords and extension cords and siphon and live off of the light that I do like the sun. I just shine, right? The sun don't charge you for electricity. The sun don't charge the trees for nourishment. The sun don't charge me. But I could put a price on something, and my true supporters and the people that love me, they're gonna pay that price because they know what it means to me, and I know what it means to them when they come out of their pocket and they pay something. Because I know what it means to me when I come out of my pocket and I pay something. I just walked to the store. I didn't even get nothing for myself. I got some food for the cat that showed up. I felt bad because I came outside and I'm looking down and the cat just sitting there looking up. And I'm like, oh shit, I ain't even got no food. Let me go get you something. Just like that. I ain't think about nothing. I ain't think about getting no reward. The cat wasn't gonna, give me nothing for it. The cat wasn't gonna pay me back. The cat didn't say I owe you nothing. I did that because it's what you're supposed to do. That's why Drake made that song Trophies. There ain't no award for being a kind person. There ain't no award for being a humanitarian, right? Those people that's getting those Medal of Freedom awards, those are the people that's working with the dividers to divide people and to keep you going at and against one another, talking about shit that don't matter. You think the dude that just got assassinated, the dude that just passed away, you think he's in his grave thinking about the world that he left? You think that he's thinking about the people and the lives that he's living? I give you this. In the movie, The Riddick, when the necromongers came to take over the planet, right? And the leader took the guy's soul out of his body, and then he just threw his soul. He released his soul. That man's soul is now free. The soul could have came back into the body, but why would he come back into that body knowing that they're just now about to get obliterated? Their whole planet is about to get taken captive. Their whole planet, everybody's about to either be slaves or dead. So why would he want to come back into that body, into that life, into that living, into that reality, even if it's to tell people the afterlife is real or this, that, and the third? In the movie, at that point in their existence, they probably already knew what the underworld was and what the underverse was, because the dude that took his soul out of his body, they said that he went to the underworld and came back. So they already believed in reincarnation, life after death. They already believed in all that stuff. That's why it was so easy for the necromongers to go to different planets and just enslave people. That's why it was so easy for us to be enslaved. That's why it was so easy for us to do and be in the situations that we've been in for thousands of years. Who knows if it's only 2025? I know that it's 2025 because this is the year that we're in. And doing the research that I've been doing, seeing the people that I've been seeing, witnessing the fucking actions of the people that I've been witnessing, and actually seeing, you know, the repercussions of all the actions and the inactions and the choices and the lack thereof of making a choice, the good and the bad, the dark and the light. Yeah, I already been put two and two together that these motherfuckers have no soul because of the way that they're treating others and have no recourse, right? No recourse to who or what they hurt or who or what they harm. So it's only somebody that's a necromonger, somebody that has no heart or no soul, can actually do what is being done and what has been done and what's still being done to the human race, while the human race is still praying and crying and begging for mercy. You're begging for mercy from the merciless. That's why there's no mercy being shown, because you're begging for mercy from the wrong people. I told y'all, God only shows mercy to the merciful. God don't show mercy to the merciless. So if you're not being shown mercy, see this: God is in your heart, and you're allowing the merciless to run rampant. You're allowing the merciless to be manipulative and to have their missionaries convince you to believe in something outside of you, when everything in the book says it's in you, when every message from the sun says you will do great deeds that I have done in the future. The future would have been any time after the sun spoke. So, you know, I love to come on here and just channel these truths to fucking manipulations, because it ain't no such thing as fight the power. You don't got no fucking power. They got the ability to manipulate. They got the ability to want you to want something that you can actually get, you can actually achieve, but the way that they convince you to think about going after it is the reason why people think the only way to get successful is by stealing it, taking it, or robbing somebody for it. They don't understand that the original OGs of CEOs and millionaires and billionaires, not only some of them, but most of them, they got that shit from drug money, and they got that money from the needy people. They got all that money from us. All that shit, all the institutions, all the technologies, all the advanced, anything that they're using, the all the the mechanisms that they're using and everything like that, they got all that from us. How they get it from us? We gave it to them. They didn't take it. They couldn't take it. It was too many of us. So what happened was, we got honeypotted. They told us some sweet lies. And after they told us some sweet lies, you know, us as horny boys and horny girls, we want to run off with the wildlings. Y'all seen Game of Thrones? I put y'all onto that. 2000 and what was it? 11, 10? One of those years when it first came out. Because I was watching Spartacus. I was watching all that stuff after 300 came out. That's when Spartacus came out. After Spartacus came out, that's when Game of Thrones came out. That's when HBO was fire. HBO and Stars was on fire. Man, they was playing every single show that would show you certain things that happened before we got into this whole big slavery shit. before that reconstruction happened, right? All those wars and people taking over other people, villages and all that stuff like that. What you think that was? Who you think was in those villages when they came to America? I'm telling you, they don't show you nothing on TV for your entertainment. They don't give a fuck about entertaining you. I don't care about entertaining you, but I'm entertaining because there's something about the truth, and there's something about my personality that's obviously supposed to entertain you, because in order for you to be here, in order for me to be clear, in order for me to be everywhere, it's got to be something attractive about me. In order for me to be in the position that I'm in, it's got to be something about me that makes me so special. Like Movado said, that's why I'm strapped with my 45 special. I'm so special. But no, you got to be very special if you got people around you that's trying to hold you down. People around you that's trying to block your shine. People around you that's trying to change your perception of the world to fit their perception of the world, instead of just taking the world as it is and changing it for the better, for the children of tomorrow. I didn't come into this world and say the way that the trees grow and the way that the animals act. First of all, the animals and the trees and nature, the design and the DNA structure of nature and the animals is to do and to be. We didn't create nature to evolve. We evolve. We tried to evolve nature to suit manipulation. And the root word of manipulation is man. When we went through the void and we fell in consciousness and we lost sight of our past and our future, and we were confused about the present, we didn't know how to use our magic. We didn't know how to use any of that stuff, right? Nature continued along as it was designed to. The trees continued along as it was designed to. The trees didn't grow different, right? The trees didn't. You don't see a coconut tree dropping mangoes and kiwis. You see a coconut tree dropping fucking coconuts, right? So a coconut tree can't be a kiwi tree, and it can't be a watermelon plant, and it can't be a strawberry plant, right? And a strawberry plant can't never grow into a watermelon, right? And a watermelon can't never grow into a coconut tree, right? So nature knows how to stay the fucking line, right? But it's mankind that always wants to manipulate shit, so-called evolving shit, right? And I say that to say, the only time somebody is going to want to manipulate you and change your vernacular structure is when you are light. When you're darkness, don't nobody want to fuck with you. Don't nobody want to be around you. Even the people that's around you, eventually, they're going to rob you. They're going to kill you. They're going to take you out, because that's who you are around. And anytime you see a nice plate of food sitting there, give it a couple minutes. Give it a few seconds, especially if it's sitting in the open. Watch how many flies come, rubbing their hands together, rubbing their back legs together, and then taking a squat. And then when you see the flies come, if you put like some juice out, or like a Monster, leave that out for a little bit and watch how the bees come. Because the bees always go for sweet nectar, right? The plate of food is literally dead flesh, and it's decaying. You don't think it's decaying because all that sizzling, it sounds so good, but that's still decaying meat. I don't care how good it tastes. You don't put no seasoning on that meat, you're not eating it. So fucking shut the fuck up. talking about meat is good. You just haven't had the right chef, right? When you was a baby and you was drinking milk, how long did it take for you to stop throwing that milk up for your body to be rewired to accept that shit? Ain't niggas lactose intolerant? So if you're not supposed to have one part of the cow, what the fuck is the other part of the cow gonna do for you? If you can't survive off of fucking milk from the cow, what the fuck is the cow's meat gonna do for you? They're gonna say, oh, God made animals for us to eat. My dad is famous for saying that shit to me. Cows is a crossbreed from a dog, a horse, and a mule. That's what a cow is. And cows and humans share DNA. You got to check out what type of humans, because I ain't gonna say that. I'll let y'all look that up for yourselves. Only certain people can eat cow. Only certain people can eat fish. Only certain people can eat pork. Only certain people should eat pork. Only certain people should eat certain things. Like I was saying about the world, I didn't come here thinking that the world was a bad place. I just didn't understand why we were so poor and everybody else was so rich. When you go in the Bible and you read scriptures and this, that, and the third, and it says everybody should have equal. But that don't make sense because everybody isn't equal. I don't see myself equal to somebody that's gonna oppress another race. I actually see myself better than that. I don't see myself equal to somebody that'll manipulate somebody else to think the way they think, or to follow rules or laws the way that they follow rules and laws. I feel like I'm better than that because I let people be who they are. Because no man believes that he can go up to a lion fully grown and beat him with his bare hands. So if you can't tell danger, if you can't tell good from bad, you might not deserve the life you're living. And that's just real in reality. Because how many people lose their lives every single day over dumb shit, over words, over things that wouldn't even matter the next week. People are literally spending lifetimes in jail and risking everything over words. Because you feel like just because somebody say something to you, you owe them a response. And you have to respond when somebody says something to you. Y'all ain't seen Madagascar when the penguins was like smile and wave? I mean, Skipper was the dude. Just smile and wave, boys. Because Skipper knew if them motherfucking penguins wanted to, they hit you with that little chop, you knocked out. They'll take you to the zoo and hang your ass up somewhere in the back. Oh my God. I ain't gonna lie though. I used to watch the little series they made after Madagascar came out, when King Julian and Skipper and them was fighting over the batteries for the radio. I'm telling you. They be doing us like that on purpose. Why they took so long to bring out Incredibles. Why they took so long to bring out all the movies that we watched when we were younger. We had to grow up and become the writers and the fucking producers in order to put the movies out that we used to watch. So now you're gonna get, going forward, it ain't gonna be no adventure time type shit. It's gonna be like Adventure Time mixed with Rick and Morty, mixed with Dexter's Laboratory, mixed with Johnny Bravo, mixed with some Recess. What else? What else we missing out? Mixed with some Courage the Cowardly Dog. Yeah, it's gonna be all that in one, only because the bridge has been solidified and motherfuckers could walk back and forth to the past, present, and the future because we here. The millennials have fulfilled what the millennials are here to fulfill. We are the bridge from our grandparents to the children of tomorrow. We are the bridge because our parents didn't have cell phones, but we did. We are the bridge. And because we are the bridge, it might feel like people walking over you. It might feel like people taking advantage of you. But you got to understand the power that you have when somebody wants to take advantage of you, when somebody wants to walk over you. Charge them a fee. Right? They're willing to pay the fee to somebody that's going to steal from them. So when they pay the fee and they actually get something from it, they might be standing there dumbfounded for a little bit, but they'll be happy that they made that purchase. Because that purchase from you is going to be something that they can live with and they can give their children to live with. Because knowledge is power and information still rules the world. I'm like the concierge of spirituality. I put you where you need to be. And I put those that deserve where they need to go. Don't worry. I promise you I'm not alone. I got my brothers and sisters and we working hard. We working together apart. But trust and believe, we gonna meet. And the world gonna shake. And the earth gonna quake. And it's gonna be a beautiful day. From the west, south, north to the Empire State, we gonna make this shit shake.